with another CallmeKiah exclusive interview. Today, I am here with Lauren, aka LoLo. Hi, LoLo.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Excited.
I'm so happy that you're here. I feel like you've had such a crazy 2019, so I'm so happy to sit and talk about it. Before we get started, we have to reveal what we wrote on our cups today for Sangria Sunday. So, on mine, I decided to write, "Let's collab." I feel like I've been doing what I've been doing for a really long time, and I keep working with like the same like cycle of people. So I really want to kind of expand and work with some new people. So let's collaborate.
Understood.
What did you write on your cup?
I drew a picture. So I started off with love always wins, because we know, that is definitely a thing. Then I did the sun and some clouds. And I did me and my future husband with our dogs. Because that's a manifestation, okay? It has to be a healthy relationship.
With 2 dogs.
Yeah. Well, I got a third one, but I didn't have enough grass. And then make love cool again.
Shout out, Spitter.
Yeah. I got that quote from her, And then LoLo loves you, my tag.
Because she does. She does love you.
I do. Even if I can't stand you, I still love you.
So, I want to talk about what a lot of people don't know about you. So, you used to do photography. So, you used to be behind the camera a lot. How did you start in photography?
Well, I just started taking a lot of pictures on my phones when I started to get the iPhones and stuff. And then my ex at the time, he just really pushed photography. And then my friend Hamid, he was like, yo, you can use my camera whenever. And so I used his camera for a couple of shoots that people had paid me for. And then he was like, actually, I'm just going to get a better camera. You can have the camera. So he gave me a Canon T2i.
Nice.
For free. With
Shouts
a
out.
zoom lens and everything. Yeah, Hamid. He's friggin' amazing. I love him and his girlfriend.
Hamid.
Yeah, so when he gave me the camera, I was just like, cool. And then I did a lot of shooting from there on the camera and on my phone. So, but it just becomes crazy doing photography because people expect a lot out of you, and the editing process takes a long time, and working full-time trying to own your own thing is hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you started off, because like I feel like a lot of people, anyone who has seen your show, it's like you started off doing behind the scenes and helping a lot of the people that you end up, that people see you close with, like Jose Reese or things like that. You help them behind the scenes.
Right.
So how do you feel like your experience with behind the camera helps you put people in front of it?
Well, I was behind the camera first and was putting people in front of the camera first. So, I mean, honestly, going and shooting with other people, with other shooters, that helped me a lot because I watched them direct people. But when it comes to now, it's like now I'm a lot better because it's more so just I'm more vocal. It's easy to be vocal. It's easy to tell people what to do. First, I didn't realize like how much people wanted to be directed.
Oh yeah,
but when people get when people get in front of the camera, they want to be directed. So, I mean, I don't know. Working behind the scenes has helped me tremendously for me being in front of the camera, though.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the biggest thing that? Well, not biggest, but what's the most surprising thing that you feel like you learned from being behind the camera that you use being in front of the camera?
That's a tough question.
Got it.
I don't know. I think I guess understanding how the camera like focuses in on you and the angles and things like that. Being able to like use the camera and know the camera and then be in front of the camera, I kind of understand a little bit more about the angles of things, how it affects what you look like and things like that.
Positive living with LoLo. How did that come about?
So I had a following on social media first, and everybody always would message me telling me that whatever I was doing was really helping them, or if I was putting it, like, because it started mostly on Facebook with long statuses about life and just being positive and not giving up, and then it went to Instagram. Once I deleted my Facebook, it went to Instagram, and once I realized that people actually will take the time out to listen to me talk, I just figured there's a lot of things I really want people to hear, and there's a lot of ways people are living in their truths, but also living a positive life. And so they're not perfect all the time. They're, stressed out just like we are. They can freak out just like we can, but they're living a positive lifestyle. And so I wanted to be able to like kind of showcase that for people. So when I started it, I was on freaking Snapchat the other day, and I saw a poster. I was like, so if I started a YouTube channel, would you guys listen? And people responded, and then like 3 months later, I started a podcast. So, but I really just want to have a platform for people to share the reality, because shit ain't always, rainbows and puppies.
Yeah, so that's something that we were talking about the other day is what is probably the biggest misconception that you get, like, when people hear, like, oh, LoLo, she's such a positive influencer, she's a positive person, she's living a positive, clean life. Like, what's the biggest misconception that you get?
Oh my God, people will be like, I could never imagine you mad, and I'm like, you clearly don't know me, because I get irritated quick. But I'm also like a really nice, genuine person. But at the end of the day, I have my human emotions and flaws and everything. And, I don't know. Some days it's hard for me to get back into being positive. And, some days it's hard for me to not want to spaz out on everybody I walk past. You know what I'm saying?
So living a positive life doesn't mean that you're constantly happy.
Right.
It just means that you
are constantly making choices to look at the positive in whatever situation that you're living in.
Okay, so describe a time to me when it was like really hard to stay positive, and then like how did you?
Gosh, Kiah.
This is what I do. I'm so sorry.
Okay, this is something really, really simple.
Okay.
So, a couple weeks ago, I was dropping a dog off, and I had to, the way that I took after I dropped the dog off downtown was through like an alleyway kind of. And so there was a guy that was unloading his van, just taking his time unloading his van. So I'm sitting there in my car like, you're not even gonna wave to apologize for taking a minute. You're not even gonna hurry it up, and like stuff like that really irritates me. Like slow people who use the crosswalk slowly, no, it like irritates me. So people who move slow just in general irritate me. And so I was getting really irritated. I could feel like my soul just starting to like get fired up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking like, dude, do I just like yell out the window like, yo, hurry up? Do I beep? What do I do? So I sat there and I waited patiently as I could with being irritated on the inside. And so I didn't say anything, and this lady in a wheelchair comes up on the side of my car, but she's on the sidewalk, and she can't get past these trash cans, okay? So I'm watching her struggle, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of my car. We're sitting here anyways, I'm gonna help her. So I got out of my car and I helped her like get around the trash cans and get down one sidewalk and up another sidewalk. And she dropped all of her change that's in her little like coffee can that she, goes to use on the streets and stuff to ask for money. And so mind you, she has like no teeth, she's no hair. I don't know if she had cancer. I don't know what happened to her, but she definitely has had a rough life. And so we started talking, and she started telling me that she hasn't felt love like I have given her in a really long time, and that one day we're both going to be in heaven together, and we'll be jumping on the couch because she'll no longer be in a wheelchair, and She's like, we'll be eating all the fish together, even though I don't eat fish. I let it go. I'm like, yeah, you're right, we will be, but... And then we both started crying, and just like, she just told me to let my parents know that they raised a really good woman. And so it was like that moment, if I would have been like irritated and rushed, dude, or if my energy would have just been completely different, me getting out of the car would have been completely different for her, and the energy exchange with her would have been different. And we may not have gotten to the point of me sitting there and talking to her and asking her how she's doing and loving on her and end up crying with her. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was just one of those, like, I'm glad I didn't react to the emotion that I felt of the irritation in that moment, because then it led to a really beautiful moment.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's take, since I've been busting your chaps with hard questions, let's take a quick break and do a speed round.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, so you just have to say the first thing that comes to your head. Ready? Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Rap or R&B?
R&B.
Photo or videos?
Videos.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Fries or wedges?
Fries.
Okay. That was it. That was easy. Why? Okay, see, I expected for you to like photos more than videos. Why?
Really?
Yes. Why? Because like I just feel like you're always taking pictures of something, whether it be your dogs or something new you just got, or a plant or a place that you've been, or a sweatshirt that you get, or like just anything. So that's interesting.
I think I picked videos because now that I'm more in front of the camera, I just find it more fun. But a lot of people are not comfortable in front of the video camera. So therefore, I love taking pictures of everything that I can. But if I could take videos of everything and my iPhone hold it, you know, in the storage and then not, then I would take videos all the time. And I would be on video with everybody I love, because pictures can tell you a lot about a moment, but videos, it's like you feel like you're there. Even though some pictures can make you feel like you're there.
But
there's this, to hear their voice, to the laughs, like to hear those noises, or even with videos of nature, to hear the noises in the video of nature and stuff, all of that is just amazing to me.
As far as interviewing people, like what's a way, like what was like a shocking way that like somebody maybe you interviewed or talked to that they remained positive that you didn't expect?
Well, I've expected a lot of them just because I had talked to them previously or followed their lifestyles before. But an interesting one to me is the one with Shekinah, where she, in order to stay positive, she does a lot of like yoga and meditating and things like that. But the other things that she does is stuff like taking a bath with all herbs and fresh fruits. And she'll actually eat the fruit that's in the bathtub with her and stuff like that. So I think that one was really, really interesting, because I've definitely tried the fresh fruit baths and it's really cool. And then with Kyrie, he read like a book or whatever, but for it was like 3 weeks at that point that we were already interviewing, that he was journaling every day, 3 pages every single day.
Wow.
And he was also taking himself out on a date once a week.
Nice.
Which I thought was really interesting. So he's been to like museums and stuff like that, just taking himself out and enjoying time with himself. Which I think as a creative, creatives definitely need time to themselves in an environment that's not where they're creating or what they're creating. So even if it is art and they're going to an art gallery, I feel like that's just kind of a way for them to escape like their own creatives, because creatives' minds are insane.
Yeah,
and so they definitely need time to escape from their creative things. And I thought Kyrie's way of going on dates with himself and taking him out, even if it's just a really long walk, I thought that was really dope.
That is really dope. I like that. Shout out Kyrie.
Yeah.
If you haven't, you should check out his project Cincinnati in my review too.
Yeah. He's got a new project coming, right? Yeah. He's so dope, and just his
I'm
personality is like...
Yeah, I'm such a fan of him. So, we've talked about your positive living. We've talked about your podcast. I want to talk about what you have working new. in 2020? Because I hear that you're venturing out of just positive living and maybe thinking of doing more.
Yeah, so this guy named Alan approached me, and he has a love for music, and he's a videographer. Mm-hmm. And he really loves like the creative videos that come out of Cincinnati. So what he asked me to do is basically host a show on his channel that where we talk about, like, I'll talk to one artist about whatever their craft is or whatever they do, and that one artist will have the last music video. So it'll be kind of like a tiara. They'll be getting, or like a 106 in Park.
Yeah.
And they'll be getting interviewed during the middle of other people's creative music videos. So we want all of the most creative music videos to have a platform to where we can kind of promote those videos and stuff like that. So I'll just be hosting that. That's really, I mean, it's mine and Alan's thing, but he's working on a couple of different channels for a couple of different shows for his channel. So I'll just be hosting that. But what's nice about that is I already know so many people within music, and every time everybody asks me, like, what do you do? I'm like, nothing. So I'll have something now, at least for the artist to come to, but...
Well, speaking of something, you have a networking event coming up.
Yep.
On the 7th.
Yep, so January 7th, 2020, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. will be the next LoLo's Web, so it'll be LoLo's Web 2.
Cute.
And we'll have different games right away for you to play, so that way the second you walk in the door, you'll start networking with people you don't know. So the last one was really cool. I was able to get a email list from every person who walked in the door. We were able to make a list out of their emails, and so I took everybody's email and then sent everybody a list of everybody's contact information. So I think that was really helpful. I've had a lot of people meet up and do collaborations since the event, so I think it'll actually be really beneficial.
Actually, if you guys watched my Royal Curry interview, or if you've watched my Rebel interview, or if you've watched, what was the other? There's another one. They all came from me just being at your event. Yeah,
see, and that's dope. Because there's a lot of stuff I don't even know about yet that have happened since then. So it's really dope. So I'm really, really excited to see what this second one does for people.
Yeah, I'm excited. The first one was so much fun. I had such a great time. I think I talked to more people I didn't know, and I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah. But we also put you in a position to be able to just talk to them freely.
Yeah.
So.
And what I liked was, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want people stealing your shiz, but I liked it because everyone was easily identified. You knew what someone did. You didn't have to ask, so you weren't spending 20 minutes talking to someone that's a model and you are a rapper looking for a producer.
Right.
And so it's like you were able to know who people were without necessarily knowing who they were. So I really like that. I'm really excited for that. And so do people have to RSVP, or how can people
This next one will be just like the first one, where we're just gonna check people in at the door. If you've already given your information, cool, we'll just put a thing that you were there. But if you haven't signed in with your email, we'll update the Google Sheets, and that way everybody who have already sent the email to, I won't need to send a second one. They'll already get an updated list of contacts. And then the new people will get a list of all of those other contacts too. So this next one you won't have to, but depending on how the second one goes, the third one will be a little bit different, because at this point now we're having something of value. We're having something that we can offer people. We have, I feel like, enough, like we're in people's ears enough to where we could do an RSVP. Versus this time, I think RSVPs would kind of
Right, okay.
Because there's still a lot of people that need to come to the first one to experience it.
To get it, and then they understand. Because I feel like the people that were there were like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like once you go and you experience it, it'll be something that's so great.
I'm excited.
I'm very
It's going to be really good.
It's going to be really good. Also, if you guys don't know, we didn't get to touch on it that much in the interview, but LoLo also professionally walks dogs. So she has a dog walking company. What's the name of your dog walking company?
Positive, like paw, P-A-W. Positive Play Dog Walking.
I love that. So everyone who follows you on social media knows that you have 3 fur babies that you love tremendously, probably too much, some would say. But how did you get into walking other people's dogs to the point where now it's your business?
Well, I worked at a doggy daycare out in California when I was trying to live out there. And then when I came back, I found a couple of other jobs, and then I found another doggy daycare to work at, and I stayed there for almost 4 years. And I just felt really frustrated with the company just as a whole. So one of the clients knew that, and she had a dog walker on the side who was giving up all of her clients because she was just getting too old to walk. And so she gave me all of her clients. So that started off with like 10 clients right out the gate for me. And then I just started walking more and more, and then I eventually quit the daycare job and started walking on my own, and now it's been 3 years, and now I'm about to officially hire somebody part-time. I officially have a website.
So going from 10 clients, and now you have north of 60, and all of her clients are word of mouth. This is the first time that you're being on social media about the fact that you dog walk and accepting, you know, clients that don't already know your previous clients. So how were you able to sustain a business that way in such a social media era?
I don't know. Word of mouth goes a long way still to this day. And people are willing to pay you off of word of mouth. Like, especially when it comes to knowing that their dogs are safe, their home is safe, their belongings are safe, and that the person that is in their home and around their dog and stuff is an honest person. That word of mouth goes a really long way. So I think, honestly, that's the only reason. It's because I have such amazing clients who will put their name on the line for me. Nice. If I wouldn't have had that, I wouldn't have been able to.
So if someone is a new client and they maybe want their dog walked, or maybe their sister has a dog or something like that, is there a specific area that you do? Is there like a new client process?
So I really am trying to stay downtown, as close to downtown as possible. I will travel as far as Marymount if I need to, or Northside if I need to, or Park Hills, Kentucky, or Cold Springs, Kentucky. Like, that's kind of so like it's like a square of like how far I kind of am willing to go. But the process for that is really just when I have a new client, I go over there and I meet them first. And then I meet their dog first. I see where everything is. I kind of see the energy of the owner and the dog. I've never had anybody not want me.
Yeah. Have you ever had to turn down someone?
I didn't turn them down. I just kind of it didn't work out. And I just never started walking because this was the person who was very, very anal. I mean, to the point where it was like the time had to be really specific, and I go by a window. So I'm going to be at your house between 11 and 1, or I'm going to be at your house between 10 and 12 or whatever, but I usually have a window because you never know what can happen traffic wise with another dog if something happened, you know, like or anything can happen. So I give myself windows, and she wasn't really willing to compromise on that, so that just wasn't gonna work out. Because I'd rather you find somebody who can fit exactly what you need versus being disappointed in me and having a bad experience with me, because I can't offer that to you.
For sure.
So
I love that. Well, so if you need your dog walked, go to Positive Play.
Yeah, positiveplaydogwalking.com.
Love that.
You can book through there. You can schedule and pay through there and everything. I created it yesterday all by myself.
High five.
All by myself.
I love that. So when you go to that website, know that was self-made.
Yep.
Okay.
Self-made.
I love
through
that.
GoDaddy's template, but it's fine. Because I really feel like I'm always like feeling like I can't do something.
But you can do it all.
I know, and it's like,
yeah.
Yesterday I was like, oh, I can do this.
Popped your collar.
Yep.
So if you need dog walking, if you need your dog walked, they can go to positiveplaydogwalking.com, right? Okay, and if you want to share your story about how you live positive or how you're trying to live positive, or if you maybe need some guidance, you can also find her. What's your best form to reach out to you?
Probably my Instagram. It's at LoLo, LOLO_loves you. Just spelled regularly.
Because she does love you.
Yeah.
I love that. So Lolo is a dog walker. She is a content creator and soon to be show host. So hit her up for those things. Is there something that I missed? No? All right. Well,
I don't think so.
We'll find out. But as always, I'm your girl, CallmeKiah. Peace, love, and hip hop.
And I'm Lolo. And love always wins.
Yay! Woohoo! Finally.
Okay, we done.
We done. We did it. We made